yesterday. Let's start off with gold. Okay, this is what happened yesterday. I did say this was not a great hour, but I did say if the market is around here, you can buy. If you bought into it, into these highs of Asia, you should have been okay. Here, it was in the middle of nowhere because that was the high, that was the low. Buying here was okay to get to the high. And you can see, the only thing you could have done is probably sold here with a stop loss above there. You still should have been okay. Alright, now today is a little tricky. Okay, I've put the hour, the first hour at 9:50. Okay, it's at 9:50. But there are a bunch of hours here which I did not take into account and put them in there. Why? Because it's going to get a bit messy for you, and by the time you get the video, this is going to be over because that's coming in at, what time is it now? 10 past 6 is there. Okay, and then we've got 7:50 here. Okay, so that's 7:50, and we've got 8:15, which is right there. Okay, so I didn't want to put these up here as well because this is a bit tricky. This is a bit of a tricky zone. But specifically, you know, these hours will have an influence. Okay, and also 4:15 is there. So this zone is where it might determine today what's going to happen. Now, the important hours start from 9:50 is one of them, because that's your 9:50 is there. All right, and the other good hours start at 12:30, which is there, and this can take up to 1:45, which is here. So this could be the place where the market begins to find the price attractive, and the market can start to move around there, which is a level you want to take into consideration. This is like not a bad zone. The other thing is, now I didn't put, did I put them? I did say be mindful at the news, because 3 to 3:30, which is here, we might have a contra move. So the market, for example, took off, and they might have a contra move coming into 3:30. So let's say we began to go up, we might have a sudden move into the news, we might have a sudden push into the news, which might take us into a reversal. So this is a tricky zone. So I don't recommend trading the news. Alright, if you're going to trade it, what I do recommend is you can take the 6:15 to 6:15 to 6:30, and also 8 to 8:30 are good. Those hours are kind of good to get into the market. So if we have a retracement, let's say from 8 to 8:30, if we have a retracement 8 to 8:30, that's like okay, it's like not a bad move at all. So if we're at the tops, you can sell off. If you're at the bottom, you can buy, or if you're at a retracement, like, you can buy, and then you can follow it all the way into the closing, like 11:30. From 11:15 to the closing, you can follow that through. It's fine. Alright, so be mindful at those hours. The news is a bit tricky, so expect a contra move after the news. So that's a bit tricky, so don't trade the news. Alright, so with gold, what are we expecting? Well, now remember, with gold, it's a bit tricky today because we've got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So Thursday is looking like a good day, Wednesday is looking like a good day as well. So if we find a turn in the market Wednesday, Thursday, alright, so let me get rid of this here. Let's just tighten this up a little bit. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so as you can see, the market broke above this zone. It also broke above see it's closed under it. Okay, so I'm just going to take this zone here because that's the big wick. Okay, if we have a reversal Wednesday, Thursday, could like keep pushing down into Friday, or this could be like a few days up here, and then next week we can maybe come for a retracement. At the end of the day, remember, we've been going long since this zone here, so it's all good. This was like a place where the market could have shorted, it did a little bit, and then kept pushing up on the swing days, and that's fine. But here, as you can see, we're right on a support here. So if this thing breaks down, and we do have a bit of a breaking aspect today, so the market can have some sudden moves, which you need to be careful about. These things can kind of like push down, and if the market goes back up, you can sell back down into these 55, 52 levels, which is 2,369 and 82. 2,369 and 82 is down here. Alright. Now the support of the day is exactly where it bounced off, which is here. If you take a look at USP, PST on the daily, that is 66, 2,416. So if this level does not break and it holds, the market can keep pushing up, and that's fine. Why is that fine? Because Monday was a swing day for us. Monday, from the highs, came in, and you can see Monday, Tuesday, we're still at this low level here. Okay, so we're either going to break below and keep pushing down till the next swing day, which will probably be Thursday or Friday. Okay, or we're going to break out and keep pushing up into Thursday and Friday. Both are feasible and both are doable. Okay, so if the market does break out above the high of yesterday, any pullback is a good opportunity to go through, because Monday already determined this breakout. So pulling back, okay, pulling back and pushing up is okay. And up here we've got that, what, 2,460, 2,471. Let's just check out the daily for this. The resistance is going to be 73, 2,451, 2,451. So this is a level that the market will get to, okay, just slightly going above that 2,451, and that was the high, okay. So it's a little tricky up here, okay, because that's the all-time high, that's the sweep, it hasn't closed above that, so we don't know yet, okay. So it's either going to retrace or we're going to push up. We're going to see how that pans out. Alright, if it breaks down with the news, we'll probably dip down further. On the weekly, I've got 67, which could be 2,372, which is here, 2,372. So that's the target we're going to have to keep an eye out for. I'm going to get rid of this and this for the moment, okay, and this for the moment, okay, and these for the moment, because we can start to calculate if we break below this and get here. Okay, see what I mean? Alright, now, okay, so that's that. Yeah, so we might be like, selling the highs is also a good idea. Alright, so today, selling the Astro hours is good. Especially if we break below this as well, any retracement up at an Astro hour, I think it's okay to sell off in this environment. Okay, what you might want to do is keep a low volume risk. Okay, because today and tomorrow are going to be a little tricky. Okay, so be mindful. Let's take a look at that euro dollar. Now euro dollar, let's take a look. Now this is the daily. Now on the daily we've got 66 and 67, which is a good buy kiss. The market has failed to break above it. It's swept the stops, but it has not broken above it. Okay, so this is 1.087268. If on Monday you sold, because Monday, Tuesday they were swing days for the euro dollar. If you sold Monday or Tuesday, your stop loss should be above the high of yesterday. Okay, because we don't want to be going above that, which is why I mentioned the 08, what did I say here, 66, 67 here, 0872, so put your stop loss around 75, 77, and that's 0868. That's if you've sold. Okay, if you haven't, then obviously not much to talk about, right? This is Monday, and this was the Astro hour then, so if you kept pushing down, that's fine, and that was like 9 a.m. in the morning, which was like a good time for the market pushing down. Yesterday was also good, despite the fact that this was not an Astro hour, so couldn't really do much on this one, and now we're here. But yesterday we bounced off the weekly, but the market, as you can see on the daily, still closed red. Okay, so that's how it is. Okay, if the market keeps pushing down, selling from here, we should get into a retracement zone coming down into the 57, 0830, 0825. Alright, so 0830 and 25. 0830, 0825 is your first target. Okay, that's the first target. If it pushes further down, your second target zone is going to be 0810. Okay, let me see, 52 into 50, I guess 52, 50, yeah, 0810, 08. And your second target is going to be 0810, which is there. 0801, which is here. Alright, so this is the zone that we're, expecting. On the weekly, we're right there. Okay, if the market does push down, the high of that is a possibility, which is 0812, which pretty much is your 0810. Alright, so pushing down into that zone is okay for the euro dollar, and then we'll see how things pan out. Alright, but that's your good buy kiss happening, and this is your 08 zone here coming into this zone. Alright, now the market on the weekly, as you know, has broken out last week, which is all fine, so we've got room to go up. So if the market pulls back down, we're okay to buy. This zone is a little tricky on the monthly. As you can see on the monthly, this is the impulse wave, and we're hardly anywhere near where I want to get to. Alright, so it's just not happening. So this triangle from here to here, okay, and here to here. Alright, this triangle that you see. Okay, there we go. Is getting squeezed. Right, it's really getting squeezed. So we're either going to blast up or blast down. I hope we blast down so we can fill in this gap and have a fresh start on the uptrend. Okay, considering that this is the goodbye kiss zone, I wouldn't mind. Alright, that's that. So the other option is if it starts pushing up, then we're going to have to push all the way there. Alright, so it's just going to come all the way into that high. So we're going to see how this works out. Okay, so we're going to follow the euro dollar and we're going to see how that pans out. If you're in a sell position from Monday with your swing day or Tuesday retracement at a technical, you can follow this through. Be mindful for the news. SP 500, let's take a look. Now remember, the SP 500, Monday was a swing day, and that's your Monday high. The market is at the same location. Right? If you sold off on Monday, this was the Astra Hour, New York, market sold in. You should have covered that trade, okay? If you moved your stop forward, you would have been out with a profit and plus your cover profit. Yesterday, there was not much to do, as you can see. Market in the middle of nowhere, and then we've got that high level. Now, this was the PST level from yesterday, and this is where we're at now. 77.78, 5342, 5342, 5348. This is your target zone for today. So the market can dash up and hit this zone. On the weekly, as you can see, we're at a level where the market's done a good retracement. We're at the highs. We should have some kind of a retracement. This is just like, you know, up and away, which is fine. And that 4,339, it's nearly done it, I think. Yeah, pretty much done. Just 9 points off. Okay. So, but as you can see, this is like way bullish. All right. So market is just not, you know, really stopping. So what to do? This level is okay if you're going to do intraday trading to sell, but be mindful for the news. Okay. So I don't mind the market selling off a little bit here because we're day trading. Okay. Market, and still the market has room to go. This can turn into a runner, so you've got to be careful. If you want to buy this, I'd buy it a bit lower at the 67-64 zone, which is from 5288 to 5300. So 5288 to 5300. Right, that's a bit of a range. Okay, so that is a bit of a range here. This zone is not a bad spot if the market sweeps the stops of yesterday and moves up quickly. Okay, why? Because this is an impulse wave up, and we've got a big gap here as well. So I'm going to take this into account. Let's just do this while we're at it. Okay, we'll keep them on the radar. Okay, so we've got a place to keep our eyes open to. We could see, these could, like this week, we could have some high. Okay, so the market is like at a high level. Okay, and from these we could see swings down. So at Astro Hour was selling the highs. I'm not against selling these highs, actually. Astrologically, it's okay, I think. Yeah. So today and tomorrow, though, right? Tomorrow is also, you know, today and tomorrow, you got to be careful. Okay, that's that. SP 500, selling the highs, I'm okay, be mindful for this pricing. If we come down here at an Astro hour, the market may make a buy move, but we've got room to come down as well. Okay, so this zone is like, you know, I'd be a seller if we were at the highs at Astro hours. I would be a seller at those good hours that I noted, and also tomorrow we're going to have to look out for the morning session, my time morning anyway, and also New York morning session, where I think the market can also do another good retracement and then a carry-on move in the evening, in my evening, which is going to be New York, like lunchtime or just after lunch. All right, so around there. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, Nasdaq. Now with Dow Jones and Nasdaq, if we're at highs, which we should be if we're going according to this, selling again is okay. And now remember with Dow Jones, we've got Thursday and Friday on the cards. SP 500 Friday. So if this Monday high holds with the Dow Jones, because Monday, remember we said it's a swing day, then selling is okay. So if you sold on the Monday, okay, selling the highs, like the high of yesterday and so on, is okay. Selling these levels, they're okay. So I don't mind doing that. The goodbye kiss, let's take a look on the daily, is that blue line there, 71 and 70. So I've got 39,959 and 40,018. So 40,018 is there. Okay, so this is a good zone to like kind of sell. Okay, and the other one was 39 what? 13, what was it, 71, and then we've got the HCL 139, 959. So I've got 39, 959 is there. So this zone is also okay to sell, which is actually where that manipulation bar is. So this zone, I'm okay to sell and do that. Now yesterday this was, as you know, a support zone. That's your PST level. Market bouncing off and doing what it needs to do. It's fine. I'm going to take that off. If the market does sell down, we should first get to this 65, which is 39,790. And 766. So 39,790, 39,790 is still here, as you can see. 39,769 is going to be there. So this is your first support zone. If this zone breaks down, then any retracement intraday, you should be selling into 61.58, which is 39,675. 39,675. And 39, I think, was it 659? 39,586. 39,586. Okay, so I don't mind selling into this zone. On the weekly, as you can see, we're also in that zone there. You can see it's like squeezed in here, and that's the high. So, you know, doing an intraday retracement, playing that retracement down is not a bad idea. The market want to retest the sale is okay in my opinion. On the daily, you can see it's like filled it all in, looking like a double top with a divergence sweeping it off. Okay, and possibly to sell off. Now this is pretty bullish. Okay, so you know, once we start to fill in the gaps, the market will get bullish again. So hopefully we'll retrace and then go back up. Okay, it's a nice W, as you can see. Alright. Now, same with the NASDAQ. So coming back down into that retracement and then possibly, okay, that was the zone yesterday. Remember, that was the PST level. So, you know, a bit of a retracement into this zone would be okay. So I don't mind selling the highs again. But remember, the NASDAQ, Dow Jones, SP 500, that you got to look out for Thursday or Friday. So we could keep pushing up until Thursday, Friday. So what's a good idea? A good idea is if the market does a good retracement. And what is the definition of a good retracement? What is the definition of a good retracement? It's all the way down here. With NASDAQ, I'd wait a little bit because this is just huge. Okay, so no need to stand against this. You know, we should just wait on NASDAQ. All the indices go together, but it's just breaking higher and higher. This needs to have like a, you know, this needs to have a bit of a boom down before going back up. So let's just wait on this one. All right, NASDAQ is just, let's just wait on this. All right. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, we still got a bit of a target there. It's done that price. If you're using ATAM, you should be up and running. Okay, so you would have taken your profit. I also said last week, this breakout is kind of like, you know, pushing us up, and this week as well, same kind of thing. And this is a sell zone, so no buying here. Like I said, you can't buy here. Your best bet to buy again is 63. This is a good daily setup now, you can see. So if the market comes into that 63 zone, then what do you got? 63, 64, so 68,770 and 68,840. Okay, 68,770, which is pretty much there. Okay, and there, you know, as you can see, it's like very, very close. So that would be like, you know, that's the first goodbye kiss zone there. All right. Okay. Yeah, so it's like really, really close. 67,840 or whatever. So I'm just gonna put one line here. Okay. So the market is like, this is expanding. So if we like push down a little bit, it's good to buy at Astro Hours. There's a bit of a gap here. The market looks like it's closed out there and a little bit here. This zone is not bad to get back in. It'll be like a good buy kiss here if you want to go up. That's the first place to buy in if you're intraday trading, and that's cool. It's not a problem. You can keep pushing up as the market is pushing up, so we've got room to go up. Okay, and that target there is 73. You could target that at 73,880. 73,880. So pick that off. 73,880. So it's going to be around there. Okay. All right. So buying on the pullback here is not a bad idea if it's an Astro hour.